So yeah, the first card you've got for your past is this Seven of Cups. Yeah, very confusing card. It can be about lots of options. It can be about being very confused, worrying, not knowing quite where you are, someone trying to confuse you. So yeah, very, very confused. And I'm getting a problem with communication, actually. It feels like there's some confusion around communication. That's what I'm getting, confusion around that. Wanting to communicate with someone, I'm getting that. I want to talk to them. Actually, no, you don't want to talk to them. You feel as if you need to. You feel as if you have to talk to this person. You don't want to. You actually want to run the other way from them, actually. But it feels like, I need to say this to you. I need to tell you this. I need to sort this out with you. But I can't do that. It's a big struggle. It's all confusing. It's all difficult. It's very difficult for me to speak to you. It feels very kind of mentally stressful, emotionally stressful, actually. It's almost like when you have to speak to this person, you have to gear yourself up to talk to them. You know, you stare at your phone and you think, oh, I won't do it now. I'll do it in 5 minutes. I'll do that first. I'll call them tomorrow. You know, you keep on putting it off because it's very, very stressful to have to speak to them. But it feels like you have to, or maybe you might still be in this situation, I think. Yeah, I think this is someone you've separated from, because you've got the Six of Swords right next to this. So yeah, there was some kind of separation, you moved on, but there's some kind of unfinished business that you have to talk about. Not in the love sense, you don't miss them, you don't want to talk about your relationship, that's well over, I think. But you've got something that has to be cleared away. Because if you look at the Six of Swords, you know, they're sailing away, they're moving away, obviously, but the swords are still there. So there's something that has to be cleared. You have to clear all these swords away, some kind of issue. It has to be addressed. So there's that block with you. There's a mental block or an emotional block with you that you don't like talking to this person. I can see why that is. Because I think you've had a lot of emotional difficulties in communication with them in the past when you're with them. You've had a very difficult past with them. There might have even been some third parties around them. And, you know, you've got through that, you got over that, you're not with them now. But there's something you need to talk to them about. I'm getting that very, very clearly if that's you. Hopefully you're over this, this is in the past. It feels like it's still happening now. Now, yes, okay, this is what I'm getting. I think they're in a relationship with someone, because I'm getting another block here that might be stopping you from communicating with them. One of them is obviously your emotions are stopping you. You don't like having to talk to them. The other thing is, I think this person they're with, whoever they're in a relationship with, they might have an issue with them speaking to maybe you, other people as well. There's a lot of jealousy around them. They might be blocking that as well, trying to stop them from speaking to you. I don't know if they're actually literally trying to do that, but it's in their heart, it's in their mind that they're like, oh, I don't want them to talk to them. I'm really worried that they might be tempted by them. Because you've got this, you know, in the Seven of Cups, it can be about temptation. You know, this man's looking into the clouds. He's got all these coins there. He's got this beautiful woman on the top. He's got snakes, all kind of temptations there in front of him. So I think this person who's around them might have this idea that they might be tempted by you. And I think, you know, you're not interested in them at all. I'm getting that, but this is just all what's going on in the mind, because this is about delusions as well and imagining things. So I think they're worried about them talking to all kinds of people, because there's a little bit of a third party thing going on there, or they're worried that there's going to be a third party. Maybe this person, this ex of yours, is tempted by lots of people. Maybe they play around a bit, and that's what they're worried about. But it's nothing to do with you. It's absolutely nothing to do with you. So stay away from any of that if you can. But you do need to talk to them if this is you. I am getting this thing. I do need to talk to them. I need to get this out of the road. I need to clear these swords out of my boat in the Six of Swords. So see if you can get someone else to talk to them maybe on your behalf. If there's a relative you know of theirs, or if you've got a mutual friend or something, see if you can do that. Because I think if the message came from someone else and not you, this other jealous person might not be so threatened, and then you might get what you want done without having to deal with all this drama. So that's an idea there. But yeah, what I'm getting is you really, really do not want to talk to this person ever again. Ever again. So they're very deluded if they think that you're after them again. So if that's you, I would say try and get this resolved through someone else if you can. Okay, so yeah, there's something else here. Very, very intense feelings. Yeah, very intense. Feels like you I was going to say you want to be somewhere, but actually it feels like you need to be somewhere. You feel as if you need to be somewhere else. Yeah, I've seen this before. I've seen this in your readings before, actually. A few times, actually. So if I keep on seeing this coming up again and again and again, it's extremely important to you or to someone who's listening to this. It's like you've always had this in you. You've always had this in you. It feels like going back, actually. Going back to somewhere. So this is somewhere you've been and you want to go back. I'm getting this really big move here. I don't know who this is for. It's for someone who's listening to this. A big move. You used to be very, very far away from where you are now. And when you moved, if this is you, when you moved, it feels like there was a choice that was taken away from you. Maybe you didn't want to move. It feels quite, I'm getting this weak feeling, very, very weak feeling. Yeah, I'm not saying you're weak, but maybe you felt as if you're in a weak position when you moved and you couldn't do anything about this. You just had to go along with what was happening. Maybe you were a child at the time, I don't know, or maybe you were in a relationship with someone and you had to go along with it for some reason. Yeah, I'm just getting this for someone. I'm getting lights over water. Lights reflecting on the water, so I don't know if that means anything to someone. Just seeing that, so I just had to say that. But and I'm getting this as well. I don't want to visit there. I don't want to go back there to visit. I want to live there. I don't want to visit and have to come back again. If I go there, I want to go and live there. I don't want to go there and have to leave again. That would be heartbreaking. I'd hate that. I want to go back there and stay there permanently. That's how someone who's listening to this is feeling. So, and with this Eight of Pentacles, it looks like maybe you've been trying to work toward this. Maybe you've been saving money. Maybe you've been doing overtime, extra work to try and save up the money to get there. Or you might be working toward getting there in some way or somehow. I'm actually seeing your money going up and down a bit, actually, because it's like you save a certain amount and then something comes up and you have to pay for it. We all have that problem. I do too. But I have to say this to you because I'm seeing this very clearly. You're going to be there. You are going to be in this place. I'm seeing that very clearly. The other thing I'm getting is, yeah, I'm definitely seeing you there. Something's coming up for you before that, before this move. Okay, I hope this is going to make sense to someone. Things are going to open up for you practically. So if it's money you need with this Eight of Pentacles, if it's an opportunity you need or something like that, it's going to come to you to allow you to make this move. That's what I'm seeing. Now, there's something or someone that's going to have to leave you or move aside before you do this. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just getting this sacrifice. Something's going to have to be sacrificed. Someone's going to move out of the way before you do that, or you're separating from someone. Someone's going to move aside or not be there anymore before you do that. That's what I'm getting. Now, I'm not getting anything tragic. There's no devil, there's no tower, so there's nothing tragic that's going to happen to anyone. I'm not getting that. But there's a definite crossroads here. So it's like, yeah, finally I can do this. Finally I've got the resources, I've got the ability, I can do this now. And then there's a little bit of a regret there. It's like, oh, I wish I could have this with them. I wish I didn't have to, yeah. I wish I didn't have to say goodbye. I'm getting that. I wish I didn't have to say goodbye. So It feels like this is a person, obviously, that you have to say goodbye to. But yeah, there's a decision. It's a very difficult decision. You've got the Lovers card here, which can be about decisions. And but you're going to get there. So it looks like whatever happens, you are going to be there. You are going to be in this place. And yeah, with this sequence between the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, it looks like at the moment, you're a little bit like this page. You know, you're kind of like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? You know, he's looking up to the top of his wand and he's thinking, am I going to be able to get up there? Am I going to be able to get up there, flying up in the sky, up there, to move, to go to where I want to go to? And, you know, it's a little bit like, you know, that child, because the pages are children sometimes, or teenagers, and it's a little bit like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? When am I going to get there? Because it's always on your mind to go there, no matter what you do, when you're working. Because if you look at this Eight of Pentacles again, it's like you're doing your work, you're going about your day, but this idea of being somewhere else, it's always on your mind. It's like repetition, going around and around and around in your head. And so, because he's looking up, and he's looking up toward this Eight of Pentacles, you're going to have some kind of an idea, some kind of money idea, or you're going to have the resources to be able to get there. So what that's showing you is that sequence is, you might be dreaming about this now. It is going to happen for you in some way at some time. But again, there is some kind of person you're going to have to leave behind, or some kind of sacrifice you're going to have to make to get there. And the Hanged Man's about that as well. It can be about sacrifices, having to sacrifice one thing to get to something else. So that's what I'm getting. But you're going to be there. You're going to be at this place because you've always wanted this. You've always wanted this, and you're going to be there. So I'm getting that very, very, very clearly for someone. Okay, so yeah, the first card you've got for your present is this Six of Swords. So again, moving, sailing. So you're going to be at this place, and again on the water, because I kept on seeing this lights on the water. I don't know whether it was when you moved away from there, because sometimes, you know, when you're flying in a plane and you fly over water and you can see the lights on the water, maybe it was that, or maybe the place where you want to go back to has some nice water around there. I don't know, but yeah, there's water here as well, and moving. So I'm getting this feeling of missing years, missing time. So I think there are a lot of times, a lot of years, it's like, oh, the days are going past, the months are going past, and I should be there. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time. If that's you, I just want to tell you, you haven't wasted your time. There's a reason why you're where you are now. There are a lot of things you had to learn where you are now, and you're going to take those back with you when you go there. And if you had to stay there, you wouldn't have learned those things. You're supposed to be where you are at any given time. I know it feels horrible when you're not where you want to be, but that's what I'm getting there. And that's why we're all where we are. I'm getting family here as well. So maybe you moved as a family. Because I keep on getting this, oh, I'm out of control, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this move. So if you moved as a family, that would make sense, that you know, you came over from somewhere and, you know, you had to just go with wherever the family was going. And it feels like, oh, and my heart belongs there. So your heart really belongs in this place. I keep on getting that. But I just want you to know this, because I'm getting this quite clearly in this card. Whoever took you with them, or whatever reason, whoever took you with them and whoever brought you from that place to where you are now, there was nothing malicious there. That they thought they were doing their best. They really thought they were doing their best to bring you to where you are. So I just feel as if I needed to say that to someone. And you can see on that card, there's a mother and there's a little child. You can't quite see it. There's a little child right next to the mother. So family traveling. And so they thought they were doing this for the best. So don't try not to hold any grudges around anyone. And also, if you came with someone in a relationship or whatever, they thought they were doing the best. Even if you're not speaking to them now, whoever this is, at that time they thought they were doing this for the best. Okay, something else I'm getting with this traveling. I know I keep on talking about this, but it's coming up all the time in this reading. When you go back, when you finally go back, very, very different to what you're imagining. Things have changed, people have changed. You might be imagining, oh, I'm going to walk down this road, I'm going to go to this place, I'm going to talk to this person, it's going to be like this. You're imagining it in your mind. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be very, very different. This is right next to the Seven of Cups, which is about fantasy, imagination, all that kind of thing. Now, it's not going to be horrible, but it's going to be very different to what you're expecting. It might even be a bit of a shock to you when you get there. You might say to yourself, oh, what have I done? What have I done? It's going to be like that in the beginning. I am seeing you settling eventually. But yeah, it's not going to be all amazing roses when you get there, because you've got this idea in your head. So just keep that in mind as well. But you are going there. Now, okay, there's something else here. Yeah, someone's trying to get in contact with you. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. They've tried already in the past. They've tried to mess you in the past. You've either ignored them, or you've said no, or you've kind of given them some indication you're not really that interested. And they're trying again, because you've got the Page of Wands here. It's in the past. So it looks like in the past they've tried, and now they're coming back again to try. And I'm getting these little messages. It's like little messages, little texts, or something like that, like, hey, how are you? Little things like that. Not a lot of substance in there, in what they're saying. It's kind of like they're testing the waters. They want to see whether you're going to answer, whether you'll bite. And again, they've tried already. They've tried, they stopped, and now they're trying again. And they keep on trying, they keep on trying. They think you're going to say yes eventually. They really do. They think you're going to say yes eventually. There's a bit of backwards and forwards here as well, I'm getting. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. They go away for a while. They disappear for a while, actually. And then they appear again. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. They always come back. They always come back. I think you might have said that to yourself. Oh, they always come back. They've been there, they disappear for a while, and you're like, well, they'll always come back. I know they'll always come back. And they do. They always come back. So they're going to come back. So you know that already. Yeah, there's lots of passion around them. Lots of passion. Yeah, maybe that's all there is. Maybe that's where the problem is. Because I think for you, especially as a Gemini, you need to be able to connect with whoever you're with, in a relationship with, even if it's just not a relationship, even if you're just dating, even if it's something else that's not a proper relationship. You have to connect verbally with them. You really do. You have to connect very deeply with someone, I should say. You need that. It's a part of you. And I don't think they can give that to you. They can't give you that very, very deep connection. And I think that's why you're not with them. You don't want to really be with them. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but you're just completely different. They like a very light-hearted kind of talk and all that. Nothing very deep. Lots and lots of passion. You don't like that. Yeah, you're passionate. You like that side. But you need more. You need a deeper connection, and you're not going to get that from them. And the other thing is, if you're thinking of moving, if you've got that in your head, that might be another reason as well why you don't want to, connect with anyone or keep any ties where you are. There might be that as well. But yeah, if you look at the Lovers card, I'm not saying this is a male-female relationship. It might be, but it could be any relationship. It's just how these cards are. But he's got all this passion behind him. This man in this card, Adam, and he's got all this fire behind him, and he's looking over to her. He's got lots and lots of passion for her, but she's looking up at deeper things, spiritual things. She's looking up to the angel. So you're passionate. You're very passionate, but you need more than that. You need that depth. You need that very, very deep connection. You need to be able to talk about very deep things. You need that. That's what attracts you to people, and they haven't got that. So, I think they'll probably keep on coming back a few times, but if you don't want to do something, you won't. Doesn't matter how many times someone tries. If you're not interested, you're just not. And, you've got the Four of Cups here right next to this as well. So it looks like they're going to keep on trying, offering this cup to you in the Four of Cups. But look at this man in the Four of Cups. He's saying no. He's got his arms crossed, his head's down. So yeah, you're not going to accept. So they're going to keep on trying if this is you, and you're just not accepting. That's what I'm getting. So, right, so the last card you've got is this Hanged Man. So yeah, again, with this travelling or this move, which I said I wasn't going to talk about, but I keep on seeing it here. There's lots of reuniting that's going to happen. So I keep on getting family, so it might be that you've got family in this place. So yeah, reuniting, coming back together. I've got that, coming full circle, because his legs are making this number 4, and the number 4 can be a symbol of coming full circle. 4 corners of the globe, coming back around again. So you're at a very big distance from these people, and you're at a distance in years too, so you've been away from them for quite a while, I think. And again, when you meet again with some of these people, you are going to feel that distance. So you're not going to suddenly be all close with them all over again. If that's what you're imagining, it's going to take you some time to get to know them again. So I'm just warning you of that. It's not going to be all roses and wonderful right away. I do think it is the right time, or the right place, I should say, for you to be. But I think you'll have to warm up to that. Very mixed emotions around this. Very mixed feelings. Again, I'm getting this, hesitation. That's what this Hanged Man's about. Hesitating. Have I done the right thing? Have I done the right thing by coming here? Maybe I should go around and turn around and go back again. I don't know if I've done the right thing. I'm hesitating. I don't want to really commit quite yet because I'm not sure if I've done the right thing yet. So, I think you'll feel like that at the beginning, and it's not going to be easy, I have to say. I'm going to tell you the truth here. But you will stick it out, I think. You'll stick it out, and I think you'll realise it's worth it in the end, and you will end up staying. That's what I'm saying. If this is you, you'll end up staying there. It's going to be worth it for you in the end. But again, I'm getting the sacrifice. That's what this card's about again. So the thing is, if you're here where you are now, you're missing the people and all of that over there. And when you're over there, you're going to miss someone here, or people. So there's someone you're going to have to miss here. So no matter where you are, there are going to be people you miss. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so the first card you've got for your future is this King of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, this is a really interesting sequence here. Obviously, there's money here. Yeah, I'm getting a flow, a very interesting flow. And it's interesting I'm getting flow because I'm getting traveling, which is all about flow. Yeah, I'm getting a money flow, actually, cash flow. That's what I'm getting. Making cash, making money, and the process of doing that. I'll just show you how I'm getting this. Okay, so if you look back at the Page of Wands, he's like a student, and again, he's thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make this money? How am I going to put this into action, this thing I want to do? I want to travel. That's what the wands are all about. I want to travel. But I need to be able to do this. I need money, or I need, the resources to be able to do this. So right next to this, you've got the Hanged Man, just on the right of this. And he's got this light bulb around his head. So obviously that's where the idea is coming from. So you're thinking, how am I going to do this? And then you'll get this idea. You might already have this idea. And it's an idea about a money-making thing. So it might be a business or something like that. It's an idea that comes from you. So it's going to be your idea. And that's where the money's going to come from. Because right next to this, you've got the Three of Pentacles to the right of that. The Three of Pentacles is about some kind of partnership, people getting together to earn money. So I think what's going to happen is this idea is going to come out of you. Again, you might already have this happening in your head. It's a business idea or a money-making idea or something like that. And you're going to have to get into partnership with some people, or meet with people, or do something with some other people to get this to work, to get the arrow to go up. Look at the Three of Pentacles. There's an arrow around the coins, and the arrow is pointing up, and it's pointing all the way up there to this king, the King of Pentacles. That's the success, the arrow pointing up to the success. Now, in between this Three of Pentacles and the King, you've got this Four of Cups. I think the message there is, with this business thing or whatever this money-making thing is,